For this video, we're going to sublimate on one of our wind spinners. Now let's go ahead and set up the heat press to be ready for sublimation. We'll go ahead and click the power button and then touch the temperature button, raise it to the appropriate temperature, in our case is 380 degrees, and then we'll adjust the time setting as well to 60 seconds. Once you have the appropriate time and temp, go ahead and let it go. So now that our heat press has been heated up, we'll go ahead and set everything to the side and start getting our prints ready. For this, all you're going to need are your prints and your scissors. So go ahead and start trimming those out, one piece at a time. Be careful to get right around the edges and include as little white edge as you can. Take your time and go all the way around to cut both of these designs out. Remember, you'll want to cut both sides out because you are able to sublimate on both sides of your wind spinner. Once you have the two cut out and you don't see any white around the edges, we can go ahead and proceed. We'll grab the wind spinner now, take it out of its plastic. And you can set the little hanging device to the side for later. Now, when you're lining up your wind spinner, you want to take the actual image and place it on the wind spinner where you would like it to lay. I always flip mine upside down just to make sure that it's still aligned the way I want it. You can check it with the top and the bottom little loops, and then go ahead and start attaching a little bit of tape so that your design stays in place. When you're placing your tape, you want to make sure you're not folding the paper over. You just want to fold the tape over. So just the tape, not the paper. The paper should lay nice and flat. I'm going to go ahead and just attach 2 pieces of tape before I proceed. Now you'll notice we're only doing one side at a time. That's the way you want to do it with this smaller press, just one side at a time, and then we'll let it cool in between. Now that it's time to press, you want to make sure that you have a flat, smooth surface to press on. We're going to use this cutting board just in case. So we'll go ahead and pick up our item, put the cutting board down first, and then lay your wind spinner right on top of it. We're still going to go ahead and use our parchment paper. We'll grab our heat press, place it over, apply medium pressure, and click the start button. That way your timer starts to count down. Once you see the timer goes down to 0, you are okay to remove the heat press. Remember to apply medium pressure while you're pressing. You want to make sure that you're giving plenty of even pressure throughout the whole pressing. You should hear a gentle beep when the timer goes off. That's to let you know that it's ready. You can go ahead and remove your heat press and place it back on the cradle. Now at this point you can remove the parchment paper. That won't be hot, but the wind spinner will be very warm. So you'll want to use your glove to go ahead and grab that wind spinner, and we're going to see how we did. So for easiest, I usually like to peel just a little bit of it to see how that transfer went through. This looks pretty vibrant, so I think we did good on this side. So now we just need to go ahead and let it cool for about 3 minutes. We'll unpeel this and then add our second design to the other side. Our 3 minutes have gone by, so now this should be cool enough to touch, and we can go ahead and peel the tape from the sides. If the tape's giving you any trouble, go ahead and use your little handy dandy weeding tool to go ahead and take that tape right off. You'll want to make sure you remove all the pieces of tape on the back as well. That way you're set up for a clean design. That looks pretty good, so we'll go and put our trash to the side. And then now we can go ahead and use this other side of the print to get the other side of your wind spinner. Again, you want to line it up with the top and the bottom holes to make sure it's nice and centered. I usually will take a look at it again from the bottom just to make sure it's where I want it to be. This looks pretty good to me, so now we'll go ahead and attach some tape. Remember, when you're attaching your tape, you want to make sure that you're using just the tape to fold over and you're not folding the paper. So the tape itself should fold, but not the paper. We'll go ahead and just attach 2 little pieces, that way we can check our work before we move on. Once those 2 pieces are attached, you can go ahead and flip that upside down. We're going to use our parchment paper again. We'll go ahead and grab our heat press, center it over the wind spinner, go ahead and press the start button, and remember you're applying medium pressure throughout the whole pressing. Once you hear that little beep or you see your countdown reach 0, that means you're done. Go ahead and grab your heat press, set it back on its cradle. We can move the parchment paper out of the way. Again, it's not going to be warm. Then you'll want to make sure you grab your heat glove before handling the wind spinner. And let's see how we did. So again, we just want to peel the side of the paper, and look at how vibrant that is. So let's give it a second to cool off, and then we can go ahead and reveal the final product. Now it's time for the big reveal. So we'll go and grab the wind spinner, and we're going to peel off the tape and see how we did. Remember, you can always use your weeding tool if that tape is giving you any difficulty. Wow, look at those colors. So to complete the project, go ahead and take your little wind spinner chain, and you can open it and add that through one of the holes, and that's it. From here on, you can go ahead and just bend all these little corners. That way you've created a 3D wind spinner. You can bend these as much or as little as you'd like. It's really up to you. But that's it. One wind spinner.